Hello and welcome back again. Long time no see. I know that in my last video I said that I was just going to upload as and when, but I really didn't expect it to be so long since I last uploaded. But then again, I do have ADHD and don't seem to be able to stick at anything. So I shouldn't really be surprised. But I am feeling a lot more motivated. Spring is literally upon us. Tomorrow is I was about to say autumn, definitely not autumn. Tomorrow is the spring equinox here in the UK, and the sun is not out today, but it has been out lately, and it has been making me feel a lot brighter, a lot happier, a lot more like wanting to do more of my hobbies again. So I thought I would get the camera out and thought we could go into the garden and have a little look at the signs of spring, because I've been working on my garden a lot lately and been planting, well, basically did a whole garden overhaul, which, thinking about it, I really wish I filmed, but I didn't. But oh well. I can show you from here on out. So yeah, I thought we'd go into the garden, see the signs of spring, and then take it from there. I don't have loads of time today, so I don't think it's going to be a long video as such. I would love to do some Ostara kind of prep, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to include it in this video. But like I say, it's been really sunny lately, but today it's the opposite of sunny. It is so grey. Anyways, let's get outside and see what we can find. Guys, do you see what I mean by the weather? It's so grey today. Lately it's been really bright and sunny and very spring-like, but today just looks like it's going to rain. It's really getting a bit windy as well. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear the lovely sound of the birds in my tree, or whether that won't pick up because of my microphone. But let me just show you what is happening in my garden so far. So we have got some mint growing. I actually bought the wrong chamomile. So this is a non-flowering chamomile. But you know, I appreciate any plant. We've got some thyme and some lemon balm here. And as we go over, we've still got my snowdrops. They are a bit battered by the rain and the wind, but the snowdrops are still here. And I actually cut some and put them in a vase on my altar because I just think they're so beautiful, aren't they? Just love like the little dots and the delicacy of them. Oops, I just pulled out a bit of, oh no, I didn't pull out, I thought I pulled out pollen. I pulled out a spider. Ooh, let's just not do that because the focus does not like it. Anyways, over here I got this gorgeous tree man. Well, I don't actually know it is tree man. It's not tree man, but it is kind of a tree man. He was described as I can't remember what he was described as, but anyway, I just think he's gorgeous. I love him. He's great. And then we've got my foxgloves, which are waiting to pop up, and I just honestly cannot wait until they do spring up. But they are being eaten by slugs. If anyone has any advice, at the minute I'm trying copper wire and coffee grounds, because I also learned that coffee grounds are really nutritious for the soil as well. But I'm very excited for them to bloom and for the bees. And then my little Tommy the tortoise, which came from my grandparents' garden. And then I have made these. These are, I don't know if these are meant to be bird baths or bird feeders, but I've made them into little bee baths because as it gets hotter, obviously it's not very hot at the minute, but as it gets hotter, the bees really do need a place to drink. So if you just put some, like a shallow dish with some stones and some water in, the bees will really thank you for that. And up here, I do have a robin's nest that I've put tucked in the ivy, but I'm not sure I've positioned it correctly because no one's found it and appreciating it at the minute. Well, you know, maybe they will. Going back down here, these are, I think the like common name for these are lungwort. I honestly think that they're so beautiful. Losing my voice.
They're just, honestly, I just think they're one of the most gorgeous flowers. I really just love them. Something very special about them. Ooh, look, some petals have fallen off. I'm going to collect them and do some, I don't know, something with them. I'll do that in a minute. Dotted around my garden, I do have crystals in various places. I've got some rose quartz here. Oh, why are so many petals falling off? I don't know. Never mind. Gorgeous mushrooms dotted around my garden too. I love them. Just noticing, peeking behind here, we've got some seeds shooting up. I thought that was alive, but nope, that's just some bird food that's made its way over here. I cannot remember the official name for these, but their kind of common name are fairy bouquets, which I'm so excited for them to sprout and bloom because I think they're just going to look absolutely gorgeous. And I've just noticed that something is blooming over here, and I'm not sure what this is. We'll soon see. This is my insect hotel, which is a bit battered, to be honest. I am in the process. I'm going to make a new one. I can show you over here for now. This is my kind of area to sort still. Been collecting things ready to make my own bug hotel. Just haven't got that far yet. Over here, this is going to look so gorgeous, I think, when these fairy bouquets sprout up. Got this little fairy that just is hiding in amongst the snowdrops at the minute, and I just think she's going to look gorgeous surrounded by them. And then over here, we've got the hellebores, which I'm not sure how much longer they're going to last actually. I'm not familiar with hellebores at the minute, but this came from my nan's garden, which I think is one of the most beautiful things about gardens as well, is that you can share things amongst each other. So this is from my nan. This liriope, I can never pronounce that, hasn't bloomed yet, but this is from my mum's garden, and I just love that you can share and have things that remind you of other people in your garden as well. And here, I'm getting out of breath. We have got my holly, which is very protective and also is my birth tree. So if you were born in August, holly is your birth tree, which you wouldn't think, would you? You would think, it'd be December or something, but no, apparently it's August. And then up here is my apple tree, which is currently covered in, can you see the little birdie friend? I think it's a dunnock. It's currently covered in, I cannot remember what this climber is called, begins with F. It is so beautiful. I love the spring colours in there. And yeah, this is basically my wildlife area. So we've got various kinds of bird feeders. I've got some bedding up there for them to make nests with. My bird table, which I love. And my gorgeous sign from one of my best friends, which it just looks perfect on here. So thank you, Adele, for this, because this is gorgeous. And this is the seed that the birds have left over. They love the seed, but they're very fussy about this bit. So I'm making them finish a bit more before I top it up, but I will top it up very soon. And then down here is supposed to be like a woodland kind of natural area, but it's just not been loving it, to be honest. And we do have a bit of growth, but generally it's just not looking the best. Oh, this is a new one that sprouted up. This is so new. Oh, I'm out of focus. How gorgeous. Oh, my camera just did a funny flip. That's so gorgeous. That's new. I haven't noticed that. And then over in the corner there, we just have, it's not a chimney pot actually, it's just always been in the garden, and a broken plant pot for any wildlife. And because we've got the ivy here, which number one is great for protection, but the birds love it too. They're always hiding in here, which is just great. And then down here again, we've got another statue from my grandparents' garden. And I love incorporating mirrors into the garden as well. We've got a little snail on here and another bee bath. And coming over to the shed area, we've got some blue Jacob's ladder, which I'm waiting for that to bloom. And then we've got some lambs here, which is looking a bit dirty, to be honest, but honestly, it's one of my favourite plants. If you've never felt lamb's ear, go to a garden centre. It's so soft, and it reminds me of my childhood. I remember one time me, my mum, and my grandparents went to it was a place called Heacham, and actually we were staying in Heacham, but I think it was Hunstanton where this place was I'm about to talk about. They had a sensory garden, and I remember feeling it for the first time then, and I was just in love with it. I just love the feel of it. And then also along my plants, I always have just some tumblestones dotted around. And here, a little birdie friend. Don't scare. Oh, I'm sorry, little friend. Oh, see you later. Anyway, yeah, I always have crystal tumblestones dotted around my plants for an extra bit of love. So we've got some herbs over here, some more herbs. We've got vervain. This is not a herb, but we've got this is going to be a lovely bright red flower, a salvia, gorgeous wallflowers. I just think, honestly, I don't understand why when people are called wallflowers, it means that they're boring and like blend in. Because I think that wallflowers are just some of the most gorgeous plants. I adore them. Just all the colours here, and oh, I'm obsessed. I think it's my favourite plant in my garden. We've got some wormwood and some sage here, which is going to be great for drying. Then we do have some flowering chamomile, so we've got the Roman variety, and then over here we've got my bay tree, which I'm not really sure what this is being eaten by. If anybody knows what what these bite marks are, please let me know. But yes, absolutely, very happy I've got a bay tree. Then over here we've got my gorgeous little fairy friend who is much bigger than I thought she was going to be, but she's gorgeous. And this little bit here I think will be really nice to put kind of offerings in. We've got rosemary, absolute staple for a herb garden. I'm just going to rub it because I love the smell of it. Oh, it smells so gorgeous. More mushrooms, more crystals. These are my roses that are growing. For some reason, one rose over there is just not growing as fast as this one, but oh well, I'm very excited for them to blend. Moving over here, this is my garden altar space, and I'm obsessed with it. So I've got this mirror, and then this bird that I got from the charity shop. More of these mushrooms, some slightly muddy crystals dotted around. We've got the green man. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Hagstone for protection there. Some smoky quartz for grounding, clear quartz just for all the magic energy. Rose quartz for love, a little bit of tourmaline, and also a cauldron for burning things during moon rituals and things like that. I actually do have a shop where I sell vintage witchy wear, so I do have cauldrons on there. I will leave a link below if I remember. But yes, obsessed, love this, especially like I say on the moon ritual. And then we've got my other rose, which, like I said, isn't growing as much at the minute. And then this is lavender. It's not blooming yet, but very excited for it to bloom. I'm just looking up because I can hear the birds, but I just can't see them. Can you hear the gorgeous birds? Can't see them though. Such a beautiful sound. Usually I get a robin that visits. Actually a couple of robins, blue tits, dunnocks, blackbirds, sometimes some magpies and jays. I can see right at the top there. I think it's a dunnock. I don't know if I can zoom in. No, it's going to get stuck in all the branches, but gorgeous, gorgeous bird song. So I've brought inside the petals and just put them on a bit of kitchen roll for now. I'll probably go and put them in my flower press. It's just so pretty. I love them. So I'm now at my altar. Excuse how dirty the desk is. I do lots of arts and crafts here, and I've just got glue and varnish and paint and all sorts over it. But I'm now going to put my little petals into my flower press. So here is my flower press. I am already pressing a snowdrop. I was thinking, have I got multiple? No, just one stem of snowdrops. And there's a pre-pressed daffodil in here, which was my first go at pressing, and I'm not sure how well it worked. So I don't really like that I'm disturbing it, because I only put the snowdrop in yesterday. However, it shouldn't disturb it too much, I wouldn't have thought. But like I say, I'm new to flower pressing, so if anyone has any tips and ideas, like tips and tricks to do the best kind of flower pressing, please do let me know. And what flowers do you find work well for pressing? What doesn't work well for pressing? Oh no, I just dropped one of the bolts on the... Is it a bolt? I never know the difference between a nut and a bolt. I just dropped one of these things on the floor. Anyway, time for the grand reveal. I think I'm a bit too premature. I'm forgetting that I've got to take the rings off too. Right, now it's time for the grand reveal and see where we're at so far. Okay, how is it going under here? Oh, more fingers and thumbs, and I can't lift up the cardboard. Oh no, maybe it's got stuck. I think it has got a little bit stuck. Maybe it was a bit too moist. Well, my snowdrop is currently stuck to the cardboard. So let me just work this out a minute. Work out how to gently peel off without breaking. Okay, that wasn't actually too bad, but I've realised I probably need to put a piece of this paper over top to stop it from sticking. So let's try that. Just gonna shimmy on down snowdrop and just put the snowdrop back in the right kind of position. I guess it is like with everything really, it's just practice, isn't it? And this is my daffodil, which like I say is already pressed, but I'm just kind of preserving it there nice and flat until I decide what to do with it fully. And then I'm just going to put some of the lungwort petals down. I think just randomly, to be honest. I know some people like to create art pictures, which I would love to do at some point, but I think for now I'm just going to, just press them. And well, I do have an idea what I'm going to do with them, which I'll show you shortly. I don't think I intend for this to be a piece of art, but maybe one day. So there, all my flowers are there. Let's carefully place that paper down and cardboard on top, and then time to put the lid back on and hope for the best. Good luck, my pretties. Go. Tighten it shortly. Whoopsies. Oh, whoops. I'm very clumsy. So satisfying. Right, now I will show you what I intend to do with the flowers. So this is a space over in my altar here. Gorgeous flowers from my front garden, and then I got this journal of a vintage, whoopsies, really heavy actually. I had to do a bit of repair work, because it came slightly cracked, but I've got this gorgeous Tree Man journal, which I'm basically going to have as my, I guess, like my garden grimoire almost. So I'll show you what I've done so far, which is not a lot, to be honest. Oh, I have called it my garden grimoire. I forgot about that. So far I've just got a couple of photos of commonly visited birds, and then I've written a bit about them. So their spiritual meaning of the robin, their favourite food, their preferred feeding location, nesting, activities and behaviour, and how to tell the difference between male and female. So, for example, the robin, the spiritual meaning is spirit or loved one is near, have faith and trust in your future. Remember the answers lie within, inner peace, hope, and everything will be okay. And then the blackbird symbolises deep knowledge and the unseen, a strong connection with the spirit realm and the balance between light and dark. And they are signs of transformation and remind us to communicate authentically and speak our voice. I've started on the blue jay, and I've got some pages ready for the other birds that visit my garden, but then I've got these lovely blank pages, and I was thinking that I want to kind of put as many dried flowers or dried leaves as possible in here and write a bit about the plant. Actually, I'll show you my inspiration. So I have this book, which is The Green Witch's Garden, Your Complete Guide to Creating and Cultivating a Magical Garden Space, which I have been loving in the process of redoing my garden. And there's I think I bookmarked it. There's a couple of pages. Here we go. No, that's not the right page. Where is the right page? Let me just find it. Here we go. So this is just a suggestion that they give for creating herbal entries in your journal, whatever you want to call it. But to be honest, this could really work with any plant. So it suggests that you put the name of the plant, the physical description and traits, an illustration, toxicity or warnings, geographic information, medicinal information, practical and historical uses, traditional magical information, and my personal information and examples. So pressed sample of the plants, the leaves, flowers, or other. Or, like this says, a little envelope with some crumbled dry plant matter in, which I think is a lovely idea too. And kind of this is a template example. So I think that's really what I do intend to do in here. And then, see, this is where I had to do the repair work. And then possibly also include kind of some outdoor rituals in here, or maybe some kind of, if I create a nice herbal tea recipe, to put it in here. But really I do plan for this to be kind of a record of my garden. Also, if you want an altar tour, here is my altar. I also have a bit of some things up here, but I'm just reluctant to fully put it in focus because I've got photos of family members and things up there. But yeah, so I have this space here, got my bunny for Easter and Ostara, and I've got this piece of ivy for protection. All up here are my books, which some of them aren't in the right place at the minute because I've been taking them out and reading them. But yeah, so here I've got some snow water, some moon rain, my Himalayan salt lamp. This is my little manifesting box, which is malachite, and then inside I've got my sealed manifestations with some herbs and some citrine. I'll do maybe a full altar tour in another video, actually, thinking about it. But this is my grimoire. Boxes that I've made over here where I've got some things in, which I shall show you in an altar video. A gorgeous piece of tourmaline. These are where I keep my herbs. I made these little ghosties. My cat's whiskers in there. If you have a cat, keep cat's whiskers. They are fantastic. A wand that I've made. I think this is possibly my favourite space of my altar, actually. Like I say, I'll show you more in an in-depth video. And then this is kind of my main corner where for Ostara I've got an egg. I've got another egg here, a vintage egg, which I haven't put anything in yet, but I really want to put something in there. I'm thinking some herbs to do with new beginnings and some intentions for new beginnings. We've got some natural citrines. We always put crystals that are great for this kind of energy, or what I feel are right for the energy of this time of year. So we've got some flower agate, really great for new beginnings and blossoming, and some aura rose quartz. Not traditionally really for this time of year as such, but I just think spring colour is very beautiful. This deer statue I just have here kind of to honour Diana, but also it's just beautiful. I love nature and woodland. And then, like I say, I've got my cut flowers from my front garden. And then over here is nothing really particularly spring-like. We've just got my main journals and things, which again I'll show you in another video. I suppose this is quite spring-like. I got this gorgeous vintage book from Vinted, and it's called Dwellers, and it's a combination of multiple books. We've got In the Pond, In the Meadows, In the Woods, in the Gardens, Underground, and By Riverbanks. And I just honestly just loved the image of it. But look at this. It's been, what does it actually say? I can't quite read it. I can't read it, but it's 1909. Maybe hope this little book may help to cultivate an interest in worlds other than our own, which I just think that's such a beautiful message. I love that. If anyone can work out what those words say, maybe Edward someone from, not sure. I just love things that are old, gorgeous. So some of the pages don't have any images, but when you do come across images in here, they're just so pretty. I love it, and I love just love old books. Dormice, hedgehogs, and harvest mice. Gorgeous. I've never even heard of this bird. Look, the long-tailed titmouse. Never heard of it. Some butterflies here. Well, not just butterflies, but you know. Starling. So I've just come across this page, and it says titmice again. But obviously we know these to be blue tits, which is really interesting. So perhaps back in, well, the time that this was written, blue tits were, like all garden tits, were called titmice. Huh. I really do need to take time to read this book because, oh, what a perfect one for Ostara. Because yeah, I just think it's going to be so interesting.
So as I maybe mentioned in this video, I actually cannot remember, my memory is not the best, but I actually am quite busy tomorrow on the actual spring equinox, but the energy of Ostara kind of falls until about the 24th. So yeah, I plan to do some things over the next few days. As I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. Like I say, my memory is not great, but as I already mentioned, I do plan to do some kind of ritual around my vintage egg with kind of the herbs, with the energy of new beginnings and that kind of thing, and putting in my intentions in here. So I will be doing that at some point. But another ritual kind of thing that I plan to do, I haven't planned it as such yet, but it's gonna kind of be based around this, which is this gorgeous, again vintage, brass enamel sunflower. Technically it's a planter, but I use it as a cauldron because brass is great. You can burn things in it. It works really well. Again, not meaning to advertise, but I do have a sister version of this available on my shop. Again, link down below if you do want to check it out. And I also have the matching vase. But obviously sunflowers are great for feelings of joy and abundance and creativity, and I always just think of them as they have so many seeds in them which can be sown to then grow into new things. So I always think of it as such a beautiful kind of new fresh energy, and obviously they're so big and like their presence is is huge. So I just think it's a beautiful energy when you're working with kind of bringing things in. And brass as well is the metal of attraction, so this is a great one for well, yeah, manifesting and attracting things. So I will do some kind of ritual around that as well, kind of similar to the egg but slightly different, because this I'll be burning things, whereas the egg will kind of be sitting at my altar for, well, until I feel the time is up for it. So that's one thing I plan to do. If I can, I want to get out on a nature walk and possibly do some foraging, but also just observing nature. I want to spend more time in my garden. Hopefully the sun will be out and that will make it a little bit more pleasant. And another thing I want to do is with my grimoire, I want to write about Ostara in here, because I have really just fallen behind. I'll be honest, guys, like I was not very well from, well, literally from the beginning of the year until I probably got over the cold kind of thing that's been going around like a couple of weeks ago. And I've been feeling really, really low energy. So I've not been feeling great. I've been falling behind on my hobbies and things, so that's why I want to pick them back up. But this is my grimoire. I'm not going to show you loads of it, but I'll give you a little bit of a glimpse. Not like there's loads in here, to be honest. There really isn't. But what I've been doing is for every Sabbat, I've been doing like a double page spread where I write a little bit about the Sabbat, a little bit about the associations, and then some rituals and spells to do with that. So far I've done Samhain, Yule, and in bulk. So I've got my Ostara page ready to go, but just nothing is in there. So I need to do that. And to be honest, it does bother me that I've not done anything in there so far, because like I say, literally Ostara is tomorrow. And I mean, it's fine. Only I know, and well, now you guys, but it does bother me slightly. Oh well. I would love to know what you guys are gonna do for Ostara, or what you have done for Ostara, or if you don't celebrate Ostara, just what you are planning to do in spring, what energies you're planning to attract to you. Also, do let me know if you do want to see an altar tour, because I can definitely do that at some point. But just to finish the video, I am going to pull us a card from the Oracle of the Birds. This is one of my newer decks, and actually I've got a card on my altar at the minute, so I'm just going to pop that one back in just in case it wants to be known. Just because, you know, birds, they always remind me of spring. They come out, well, they come out just before spring, but I don't know, their presence is very known right now. So let's see what they have to say. Right, so can we have a card? Well, I was going to say for the collective, but we've got that already. Okie dokie, this is a lovely card. We've got Stalk, Renewal, Growth and Purity. Happy days lie ahead. So beautiful. Obviously, like the sun shining just bring, well, I don't know about you guys, but it brings me so much happiness. And it's like spring is renewal. It's like the balance between light and dark. It's the lighter days coming in, the freshness coming in. And obviously growth is everywhere at the minute. We're seeing the shoots coming up and ready to bloom. And yeah, so perfect card. I will just find it in the book and we can read a little bit about it. This is going to test my alphabet knowledge now. Here we go. So, a traveller and lucky charm sails into your life. Stork's message is, always expect the best. With its inner compass, Stork knows exactly where the journey is going. Be courageous. Stork is always by your side. It's not just about external changes. Allow yourself to connect with the pure, all-loving field. Touch everything with love. Stork brings you growth in kind-heartedness and decisions of the heart. Soon your outer field will blossom. New people can enrich your life now, and a rich harvest on all levels is in store for you. And then there's a little bit about the magic feathers. So my black and white plumage, never know how to say that, shines from afar. I've literally just noticed that in this video, I mean, you probably don't notice, but literally up here, I've got my Christmas wreath that I still haven't managed to put into the loft, and my light has just died. So now I'm in darkness. But never mind. Let's carry on. So my black and white plumage shines from afar and has heralded the connection of opposites since time immemorial. Immemorial? Guys, I'm not very good at when I say I'm not very good at reading, I mean I just can't pronounce some words, okay? Black, white, light, dark, good, evil, male, female, which is so interesting because again, Ostara is literally about the light and the dark coming together in the balance. And also, I believe that today is the day that, I can't remember how long we've been in. I saw a post about it yesterday. We've been in yin energy for a good few years, and apparently today we shift into yang energy. So that's made me think of male, female as well. So that's pretty interesting. If my feathers are dirty when I return from my long journey, a wet summer lies ahead. If you find one of my feathers, it will bring you luck, protection, prosperity, and fertility. In my light, I get my bearings from the Earth's magnetic field. And I love places with a pure energy. My widely shining black, white, red colours reveal my connection to the triune goddess, the universal mother goddess. And then the additional meanings. Oh my gosh, I've just realised that my wardrobe has been open this whole time. It's fine, it's fine. The additional meanings are a new love and happy times are ahead, strengthening impulses for holistic healing, step into your spiritual inheritance, messenger between the worlds, use the power of the stalk to retrieve soul parts. The rune Othila is associated with the stalk. Do you know what? I keep getting signs lately to use my runes more. I just don't use them. In fact, do I even have them? I'm not sure where I put them in the minute, but if anyone works with runes, actually that's a really good point. If anyone works with runes, if you know a great book about their symbol, like what they mean, please let me know. Because I think that's why I don't work with them, because I don't really know what they mean. I have like a little brief leaflet, but I'd love like a book. Old Mother Frost is associated with the stalk, family cohesion, connection to the ancestors, and then the affirmation is, I am connected to my triune self. Together we are an unbeatable team. So there you go. That's our card. Happy Ostara, happy spring equinox. I really enjoyed doing this video, even though, you know, it wasn't what I was intending it to be, because the sun isn't shining and I just don't have enough time to do everything I wanted to do. But I hope you did enjoy it, and yeah, leave me comments below about what you're doing, as I say, any recommendations for further videos, any rune advice, and whatever else advice I've asked for in this video. I can't remember. Flower pressing. Okie dokie. I now need to get ready to go to work, and I just need to get on with the day. So see you later. Don't know when. No promises it will be anytime soon, but I'd like it to be. So bye.